Your church's social media is not for your church. Now, I know that's a really strong statement, so let me explain what I mean. In reality, your church's social media is not specifically created for your members. It's really there to reach non-believers. Now, of course, let me just go ahead and say at the beginning of this video, your church's social media will absolutely reach your own congregation. It will minister to them, it will inspire them, educate them, build their faith, and all of the other things. It's also a way you can remind them about special events and dates. That's not what I'm talking about. My point in this video is just that reminder that in reality, your church social media is for people that don't go to your church. And this is something that we really need to remember when we're creating content. It needs to be streamlined to reach non-believers or people that are on social media that you're trying to reach. So for example, your sermon reels should be packaged in such a way that they can be digested by a non-believer. You should make sure that when you're editing and you find that point that you want to share, that it's a point that someone could easily understand even if they weren't at your church. And of course, this is not super easy to do all of the time because you have the context of the message as a whole. But that little mini section that you put out, that point that you captured for a reel, needs to be able to kind of feel like its own little package that can be understood and relate to someone that's not necessarily in church. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to take every single thing that you post and put it in a format to only reach a non-believer. It just means that you need to be aware of this concept that for the most part, your social media's purpose is to reach people outside of your church. So you need to remember to package some content in that form of being able to reach anyone, using language that people can easily understand, capturing that simple point that everybody in church has heard their entire life, but that may be someone's first time. So capturing those simple things, the easy to understand parts, the things that really explain who we are as a church and what we believe. So this video is just a reminder to think about your church's social media every once in a while. Make sure, do we have content that can easily reach a non-believer? Do we have some easily titled videos on here? Do we have photos where we described what happened in that service to explain to people what they're seeing? And just constantly have that in the back of your mind. My church's social media is not really for my church. If you found this video helpful, be sure to check out my video on should churches be on social media in 2025.